Thanks to the Lord. Thanks to the Lord. Thanks to the Lord. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me
Yes, I
then?
can see you clearly. I can hear you clearly.
Very well then. That's good. We thank God.
Amen. Thank you so much for agreeing to be my guest for the third episode of July edition of my gratitude story. I'm so honored for you to have given me your time to be my guest and to share with the world your gratitude story. I'm going to quickly go ahead and introduce you a little bit to our viewers so they know who you are.
Definitely.
So my guest for today is a lady that I've known for a while now, I think at least 15 years. And even though we are not that close, I've admired her so much from a distance. I call her my boss lady. She is the CEO of many businesses, and she is a hairdresser as well at Achievers Hairdressing. And she's also into network marketing, where she's had tangible results. And at the moment, I know she's also into health products that I would say especially benefits women, especially women over 40, where we get our vitamins, our collagen, women trying to lose weight. And so I will say more about that towards the end of this session, because we are here to hear a story. And so, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm really privileged that my boss lady, Mrs. Matilda, is my guest for today.
I am very pleased to be on. I have been watching and I'm looking and I'm thinking, you know what, this is really inspiring. You're doing a very good job. You don't know how many lives that you're changing. I have listened every time that you do it. I listen, I'm like, wow. This is amazing. So yes, you're changing a lot of lives. So keep on doing it. We pray that God give you the strength to carry on.
Yeah. I'm really encouraged. I've got goosebumps all over my body. Thank you so much. Especially coming from you, I'm really, really grateful. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the question to you. Mrs. Matilda, what is your gratitude story that you want to share with us today?
I pray that I find tissue next to me so I don't start getting tearing up and crying, because I don't even know where to start from. This is a good one. It's I don't know. I know it will be able to change a lot of lives. Growing up, at the moment I can say I was the breadwinner of the family at that time, even at that time. And coming here has been one of the most stories that whenever I start talking, sometimes I get tears all over my face and I get goosebumps all over my body. And it started from somewhere. So I'm going to start from where it started.
Okay.
Maybe as time goes on, we will get the opportunity to come on again, and then we can continue the story. But this particular one that I want to share today is from back home in Ghana. So growing up, as I said, I started being the breadwinner of the family for a very young age. I started selling in the streets, everything that you can think of. I have done and still doing, and I am grateful that it has ended me this way. So the reason, my gratitude story today is when I was going to get my visa for coming here.
Okay.
I lived with a few families, and those days when we didn't know the meaning of passports and traveling. We thought the moment somebody gets passports, that means they're traveling, like they're going. So for me, I've lived with a family who had their visa passports, and they've been, those days you can do many passports, not anymore. So they had many passports, and it seems like they're already going, and you think that you're just here. and you know that there's no way that you're ever going to go anywhere. So I had it in my mind. There was a time I had a family, one of my family, my cousins, they came to Accra to live with a brother. And then when they came to live with a brother, I remember telling myself, the first time I'm going to Accra, I'm going to pass Accra and I'm going to go on a plane. And as if by joke. So my husband came to this country when I was pregnant. He traveled when I was pregnant with my baby about 2 months. That's when he left me. So when he came, the idea was I would join him soon. So after I had my baby, I think after 4 months, that's when I was going to go and get my visa. And that was my first passport. Thinking that I had a lot of people who had many of this thing, and they are still there. And I got my passport the first time, and then I remember telling myself, this will be my first passport, and this passport is going to take me straight from Accra. I am not very good with Accra. I am a Kumasi girl.
Okay.
So when I come to Accra, I'm a Accra Krasini. So so as I came, I had a friend that I came to meet. At this time, my baby was 4 months only. That was my first child. So exactly a year after my husband came, that's when he did everything that I was going to get my visa to come here. So I went to the passport office with my little baby. Those days, you had to go and queue. If you remember, this is about 20 years ago now. Well, Britain is 21 years now, actually.
Wow.
And you know what? I think the day that we're doing this is really, really good because I came in July. I came in July 30th. Yes, 21 years ago now. Right. So when Britain is 21 and I left there for 6 years and I went for about 19 years now, nearly 20 years. Okay. So I went there. I had a friend. We didn't have anybody in Accra. So I had to go and meet a friend. And we were very, very good friends. So we went, and she knew the passport office, to be honest. So we got up very early morning, I think around 4 a.m., something like that. That's when you go and queue. Yeah. So we went there and we queued for ages. And as we were in the queue, people will come, people will go. Some people are using stones to queue those days, if you remember. We were using stones to queue. So we were there and I had queued so many times. So I had my baby crying. So I went to take the baby and I fed the baby. And because I was in the queue, I said, okay, let me just hold the baby and go and, whilst I'm queued, because it's not my turn yet.
Yeah.
It's actually not my turn at all. I was holding the baby and I went to stand near the counter. So whilst I was standing near the counter, a lady, a guy came from, there was this assistant boys.
Okay.
They will come in and they will call you when it's your turn. So you will go and then you will, you will say, oh, it's your turn. Then you go, you follow him and then you go to, even before you go and sit inside, these guys were there. So they will direct you to go and sit down and wait and things like that. So this guy, he came in, I was holding my baby. And this is where the miracle, I know there's a miracle working God. And if you believe in him, something happens. Yes, we believe in ourselves because we know that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. As I was standing, guys, please. So sorry about that. So as I was standing there holding my little baby, she was about 4 months old, I saw this guy come in and then he goes, oh, I don't know if I can speak she here, but
yeah,
okay.
you can be saying.
So the guy came in and he was looking through the people, and all of a sudden he goes, "Ah, what's our about time we last week? Obaya, Obaya, me man will remove one crammy." So I'm standing there, and then I was turning because that was my first time of going into the visa office. So I was looking around to think that he was talking to somebody else, and then all of a sudden one of the guys said, "Mommy, eyewa." So I turned around, and all of a sudden, I don't know whether this is a lie, whether it's a divine intervention. All I said was, "Oh, Eja, and I don't know me and I make on a man who and nothing a man crown."
Yeah.
And then he said, "Okay, if that you stand here, let me take these ones. When I come back, I'll call you." And I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
So I went there, and I was standing there waiting for this guy. Start waiting. And my baby was crying again. So I left them, and then I left the queue, and I went to I'm crying. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So I went there. I was breastfeeding the baby, and all I heard was "Obata anyway, a brand friend, Obata anyway, brand friend." And then I gave my baby to the guy, to my friend that I came with. Then I went to the guy, and he said, "Follow me." One thing that mostly make me tear up is, as I was doing this, I did not put my baby on the paper that I even have a child. You know, those days there are so many things that we have done that yes. So I had not put in my baby on the paper that I had a child. I was just coming to join my husband, not mentioning anything about that child. So I went in, and then I spoke to them. Those days you go, they will do your interview. Whilst I was in there, I'm not very learned, I should say. But the little that I know. So I went there, and those days we had this white guy who was interviewing me, and I don't know whether I was scared of him, whatever. He asked me one question. Who said question? No. Then he will ask again, and then he said, "Mrs. Osei, slow down, calm yourself down. If I ask you the next question and you're not able to answer, I will have to find you an interpreter." And this guy gave me a glass of water, and then I had the glass of water, and I could see my whole body calming down, because when you're talking to these people, you're scared of them. Sometimes you need the is wrong, but yes, wrong because me who knew that there are things I was scared. So this guy said, "Mrs. Osei, calm yourself down, have a glass of water. If I ask you the next question and you're not able to answer, I will have to find you an interpreter." And I said, "Don't worry, I can speak." So he started asking me the necessary questions that I need to answer. So he asked me all the questions. To be honest, I could speak English. I mean, of course. So he asked me the questions, and I was able to answer all the questions. Then when I finished, he said, "Okay, go to this kiosk, and they will ask for you brought your passport?" I said, "Yes." "Go to this place, they will ask you for your passport, give it to them, and they will tell you whatever is there." And I said, "Okay." So I went to the kiosk, I gave them the passport, and I went to sit wherever I want to sit. So in the end, they told me I should go and come back tomorrow. Me, I didn't know how it works in the passport office. So when he said go, and tomorrow when you come in the morning, there's a blue kiosk at the beginning, go there and collect your passports. I don't know whether it was a yes or a no. And this, my friend, she's in US now. This, my friend, she had been into the passport office over 50 times. That was my first time. Even her uncle used to be a connection man. Ghana Sanya from. Her uncle used to be a connection man. He tried for this girl so many times. So when I came out and I went to my friend, and when I was coming, she was eager. So she asked me from afar, what did they say? What did they say? What did they say? If you almost say, and I'm saying, me no more what's your na me miraculous way mo na me imagine madam for yay omo madam for ni free omo diamond I was imagine no kill some diamond omo diamond I'm sad I didn't know omo diamond what's the share omo nya kasa beje no e mo from one kia me say madam for ni free na me so much me so because I don't know how make us I was saying because I don't know how it works there no but ono the own whenever they tell you to go into that kiosk, yeah, not just amount. So I started, I don't understand. So I was like, okay. So we went home, and not that night, I did not sleep. I came home, my baby was sleeping, and my husband was catching up with me. So what did they say? What happened? Well, everything. And I said, oh, they said I should come in. My husband is a very optimistic person. So when I said, they said I should come in to it, she said, don't rejoice yet. You don't know until you have it and the visa is in. Just calm yourself down. I said, Comfort said that they will give it to me because almost imagine a kiosk. So they've given it. You don't know that yet. Until you have it, you don't know. So I went to sleep that night. I slept. I prayed. I did everything. And I said, God, you gave me this child. Even though she's not coming with me, but you have used her as a point of contact because you want to bless my family. And I want that blessing to come to an end. I did not know this man, but he used this child to say, Oba Tiny Wen. And because of that, you're going to finish this. Tomorrow they are going to give me my visa without no questions. So the next day, we went early. They told me to come around 1 o'clock to collect it. So we were there around 12:30, hovering around, went to have something to eat, hovering around the whole day. And then when the time came, they called me and I went in, and the guy gave me the book and he said, congratulations. And I'm like, what? He said, congratulations. So I took the book and I opened it, and I'm looking for where to find whatever that they have given me. And I'm looking, and I found the UK visa. And tears, I was in tears. And at this time, to be very honest, it was tears of joy, and at the same time, tears of sadness, because I was so sad that I'm going to leave my little baby, who, because of her, I got a chance to come here. I'm going to leave her behind. But at the same time, God knew the reason why she used that child to make me get the visa. In the morning when we were going, I almost left the child. If I had known the passport office, I would have left my child with my friend in the house. But because I did not know the passport office, she had to take me there. She had to take me there. So she took me there. And because of that, we have to come with the baby. I don't know the reason why the baby cried for me to go and feed the baby at that time. I don't know what God was doing, but God used that baby. She used that child to bless me. And you know what? When I came to this country, it has not been easy, but it has been the best for my whole family. because for so many years, I think I was here for 20 years before I was able to actually help somebody else to come here. And that this is my gratitude story. There is more since I came. And I think as time goes on, as people share theirs, we will continue this story one day when you're ready to have me back on. But God has been so grateful to me. And there's a lot that is happening in this July, and I cannot actually not add this particular one as well. So after 6 years since I came in, when you come in, my husband was a student, putting things together, doing all sorts. It took me 6 years for me to able to go and bring that child who blessed me and my family. Before, when she was coming, I had 2 other children. Okay. So when the last one was getting 1 year, okay, she came in and we did the her 6th birthday with that one, the last one 1 year birthday. We did all of it together. And as I speak to you today, next week Friday, this Friday actually, the 20th, no, the 26th, yeah, that child who blessed me, she has finished university and is her graduation on Friday. So you know what? I don't know how to explain. I don't know what anybody else is going through. When I was coming, before, even when my husband was coming, I was praying, because the moment we got married, 6 months after, he was doing this paper, he want to come abroad. And I'm like, I don't want to be alone. People go and they never come back. Yeah. And I want all that I wanted. In my church, I was sweeping in the church every day, because when I got to know that my husband, whatever he do, he will go. I wanted to be pregnant before my husband travels. Yeah. And lo and behold, just a week before he came, that's when I went for the scan, and they said, yes, you are I think I was about 6 weeks pregnant. And this child came about, and she was the same child who helped me got the visa, because I knew that if not because of that child, there's no way I would have gotten the chance even to get into the visa, inside there to get the interview. There's no way I could have gotten it. And I am glad that this child has finished university, and I cannot wait to go to her graduation. So your gratitude story that you're making me share my story on, it is a testimony for me as a person, because honestly, somebody needs to hear this. I don't know what anybody else is going through, but honestly, it does not matter. Anything that comes in your way, it cannot be higher than yourself, because God knows the reason why He's bringing whatever it is into your life. When I got married, I had many people who told me, oh, you sold your freedom for a ring. As friends, as we go about, we used to, go out and come, and now when you're married, you cannot go out and things like that. But you know what? Having a child, when I got pregnant, before my husband traveled, oh, you got pregnant and your husband left you, and people go and they never come back. You don't even know whether this man is coming back for you. There's so many things that I had to go through. But honestly, it has been the best journey, and that child that I had has been a blessing into my life. We told her, Brittany, you have to make sure that you go to university, because you're going to set the mark for your sisters. Yeah. And I am telling you, she has been the best. Of course, we all have the here and there problems, but honestly, that child has been a blessing unto my family. This is my gratitude story. Wow. For today.
Wow. Like, wow. I don't even know how to respond to this one. This is loaded. This is power packed.
I have done well. Whenever I say this story, I cry.
Yes,
So
you've
today,
done really well. You've done really well. Mr. Said, thank you so much for sharing this awesome testimony. Because I know somebody also may be out there now trying to come to UK. And secondly, somebody may also be with a child that they may have to leave the child like you did and you came to UK. I mean, there's so many nuggets. Somebody will be worried that the husband or partner is coming, leaving him or her to come travel abroad and worry. Yeah, there's so many faces in this story that I think so many people will be encouraged that if Osei has gone through this, then it's possible that through prayer and by the help of God, I can also go through. Yeah, go through. And I bless God for your daughters. I don't know her in person, but I bless God for her life. I just think children somehow are a blessing. A blessing. And I know it was God that ordained you to. I've been to them, but so I know how it is being the queue as a single person for you to be. Nobody will come and usually call you and say, "Come." No. Yeah. So it was a blessing that you took her on that day for you to have that favor before that man.
Yes.
So, and I know you factored everything forward to her graduating now. Oh my God, to the state, and I am so encouraged. I'm so encouraged by this testimony that no matter when you migrate, no matter what you go through in this land, I'm encouraged something better. It's years to come.
Coming.
Yeah. By the grace of God for me as well, and for all the people that are on. Let me see some of the comments coming on. I know you can see that. I know I'll let you go soon. Mama Ohima sister, thank you so much for that. Yeah, congratulations to our daughter. We bless God for that. Mambi says, wow, this is amazing gratitude story. Glory be to God. Indeed, glory be to God. I definitely have to have a part 2 because